And it's time for the Gianna Volpe Report, brought to you in part by Victor Giannini, author of the book Counselor, by Michael Evans, author of The New Matrix, or The Real Matrix. Yep, Real Matrix. By Maximus Health and Fitness. See, my whole rhythm is thrown off
I
now.
know.
By Maximus Health and Fitness in Riverhead, and by Village Overhead Door in Southold.
It's only going to get harder. It's going to be like that game.
No, it's not.
I went to the picnic and I brought some ants. Went to the picnic and I brought some ants and birthday cake. And then you keep going through the alphabet until someone can't remember.
Oh.
See, try. And then you
What do you use
C.
for the letter X?
A xylophone, a xenophobe. A xenophobe.
Oh,
Someone who's afraid of strangers. That's your vocab word for the day.
I'll have to remember that.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about opiate addiction this morning.
Well, before you go there,
oh,
Bobby Hartman was on about an hour ago.
I saw him downstairs.
Well, because he was going to get breakfast because he's having the mainstream golf, mainstream house golf tournament today, the benefit VillaVeritas house.
Is Jerry Cooney going to be there again?
I think so.
Yay.
She fell in love with Jerry Cooney last year.
And I hadn't been a boxer yet. Now I'm a boxer. Now I can show him how much better I am. I got new white gloves. Maybe I should bring my gloves.
No, don't bring your white gloves.
Wow,
don't
cool.
do that. Don't.
I'll look so cool.
Anyway, we were talking about you.
You were talking about me?
Yeah, we were talking. Bobby and I were talking about you. Because his comment was that you were easy on the eyes.
Aww.
And someone who wasn't so easy on the eyes was going to be with you, namely moi.
Oh, come on.
Now, you know, I would agree with that because, you know, I'd rather look at, you know.
But you look like Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah, right. I also look like Robert De Niro. Except I have neither of their.
I started doing the online date, like the dating stuff. And there's one guy that looks like David Duchovny.
Oh, God.
I know. I don't want to meet anybody.
But you're doing the online dating.
I mean, I'm like, I don't want to, but I have to.
Okay. I'll bite. Why do you have to, Gianna?
I'm lonely.
Is there a gun being held to your head?
No, I'm just...
Are you not going to get your allowance?
Do I get an allowance?
No, but just, you know, I'm just throwing it at you.
So I'm looking at this thing from the New Jersey Attorney General. So they're talking about Narcan, right? Do you know what Narcan is?
Narcan is a drug, actually, that essentially reverses the effects of a heroin overdose.
Right.
How do I know this? Because it's in the news a lot.
Right.
It's been used a lot in Suffolk County and Southampton Town. I don't know if it's been used in Riverhead Town, if Riverhead Town police have had the occasion to use it yet. But in Southampton, they've used it twice in the last 2 months.
Wow.
And would you consider for a moment,
those would have been dead kids.
That's right. But consider for a moment, Suffolk County has the most heroin overdose deaths in New York State.
That's insanity.
And this is not the most populated county in New York State.
No, but there's nothing to do here.
I think Kings County is the most populated county in New York State, otherwise known as Brooklyn, 5th largest city in America.
I wonder if they're just like really into pills or something.
What happens is...
Well, I know what happens. Your brain creates opiate receptors every time you take an opiate. So if you're taking like a pill and you had, for argument's sake, 1 opiate receptor, the next time you'll have 3. And you have to take more to get the same effect in order for the opiate receptors, like little cups, to get filled. And they just keep multiplying. So you just keep having to take more to get the same effect. And eventually, these pills are like $20, $30 a pill. Eventually, you've stolen from all your friends and family. You don't have any money. And somebody says, hey, you know, heroin is the same thing, but 500 times stronger. And it's $5 a pack.
The interesting thing on the island, as I understand the experience on the island, is it starts off pretty much as kids,
right.
Teenagers,
right,
going to mommy's medicine cabinet and liberating some of her Percocets or an Oxycontins,
Which is why you should lock up your medication.
and partying with it, and then discovering that, geez, this was fun. I'll do it again.
They'll do anything, I remember being a kid. I remember I went to go pick someone up.
Wait a minute. She remembers being... Why? You old and pruny? And I didn't know it?
I'm just saying that I remember going somewhere to pick someone up.
Yes.
And I was having a party, and I came home, and there was a mountain of tissues in the middle of my kitchen table because the little degenerate dudes that I was friends with decided to snort whatever they could find in the medicine cabinet. And you can't snort everything that exists. So
What, they snort? Talcum powder?
Something. It was something ridiculous.
Dopes.
And I was just like, you're an idiot. What are you doing? So...
But think about that. But that's how it starts in a lot of cases.
Yes.
And then, of course, there's the people who are prescribed opiates for relief of pain,
right?
Legitimate pain, and then they're hooked.
It ruins a lot of kids straight out of high school that are athletes because they break an arm.
Ruins a lot of adults. Ruins a lot of kids out of high school
because they overprescribe these opiates.
That's part of it, and the other part of it is, but the individual. The individual ultimately has the option of either filling the prescription or not. And I'll tell you, I watched this, the beloved Miss Debbie, my bride, you met her.
Yes, I love
of more than
her.
20 years, had a dental procedure done, or rather painful dental procedure.
Mm-hmm.
And then the oral surgeon, we go, and I bring her home. And should we stop at the drugstore and fill this prescription? Well, I already called in the antibiotic. But what about the Percocet? No, I'm not going to fill that. I mean, she's like the original Amazon.
That is so smart. I tried to.
But people don't tough it out. It's like they want to be completely pain free. It's like you go to the dentist and they do a root canal and it,
Well, there's some cases.
Take an aspirin to take the edge off. Suck it up.
I had broken my neck, my shoulder, all my ribs, and my sternum.
You were in a car accident.
I know, and I remember. The Percocet withdrawal is the worst thing. Like, when it's happening, like, when you take Percocet, someone could saw off your arm and you're like, whatever. But the next day, you could be on a roller coaster, like, kissing your sweetheart, eating an ice cream, like, watching your favorite movie, I don't know. And it could be the worst day of your life. Percocet withdrawal is that bad.
Because I do know it, and it's funny because you mentioned the apathy thing, and that was always the and this has nothing to do with opiates, but that was always the attraction to nitrous oxide in the dentist office.
What? Not caring?
Not caring. And I was my that because I hate injections. I hate injections, especially ones in my mouth.
Yeah.
So I go to the dentist, and up the island, every dentist had what they call sweet air, nitrous oxide.
Laughing gas.
Doesn't make you laugh. That's the funny part about it.
No, it doesn't.
All it does is it makes you apathetic. You still feel everything. You're just, the hell with it.
Yeah, I don't remember it feeling painful, though.
Oh, the dental procedures were painful.
Because, I remember...
But you just didn't care enough.
The only time I did
to get excited about
laughing gas was when I got my, what do you call it, wisdom teeth out.
Yeah.
And I remember just being, it not hurting, I could feel it, but I didn't feel painful.
Well, no, when I had my wisdom teeth out, I was put out.
They don't...
I did a general. I did not want to know about it.
They didn't do it because...
Well, though mine were impacted, so that was a whole other
I had
issue.
asthma, and they said that, asthmatics don't
you can't do that.
They don't like being...
No, they don't want to put you out.
Why?
Because you're an asthmatic.
Why?
What if you stopped breathing?
I don't know.
It would be a problem.
They did it to me.
It could be a problem.
They put me out when they took my trach scar out.
Maybe because now you're all grown up.
Oh.
I don't know.
And I can handle it?
Well, I don't know. Maybe your asthma has gotten better over the years.
All I wanted to say
Maybe you've grown out of it.
All I wanted to say is that from 2010 to 2013 in New Jersey, Narcan, The number of heroin-related deaths increased 160% in those 3 years. And I can only imagine what it is now.
It's an epidemic.
Yeah, it's an absolutely.
And it's keeping people like Bobby Hartman really busy.
200,000 cases in the country every year.
I would bet you dollars to donuts that Bobby Hartman would much rather be doing something else than having to do what he's doing, because there's clearly a need for it.
There is.
If there were no need for it, then Mainstream House wouldn't exist, and I think Bobby would be equally happy with that.
But wait a minute.
But we have that issue. We have that problem of addiction in this country.
Well, here's what I don't understand. If Suffolk County has the largest amount of heroin-related deaths in the state, and Riverhead's industry is rehabilitation, how do the police here not have Narcan yet?
They have it. They haven't had the occasion to use it.
How is that possible?
Anything is possible.
Is it because there's so many rehab centers that...
That I don't know. And if they have used it, there's been no press releases about it. They haven't said anything.
That's
Southampton
weird.
sends out a press release for almost everything. You know, someone gets arrested for jaywalking, there's a press release in the mailbox.
Can you get arrested for jaywalking, really?
No. And how do I know this?
You jaywalking?
I'm a big-time jaywalker.
Oh, me too.
I really am. In fact, it's funny because, I mean,
Never catch me alive covers.
Well, they have the police officers are directing traffic on Main Street in the late afternoon.
Okay.
And I just kind of cross the street wherever it is. And it's like, I'm not walking to the corner waiting for the light. I don't think so.
Yeah, they don't really care.
I mean,
I got yelled at for jaywalking in the Midwest.
I was a little boy in Queens. I learned how to cross the street at an early age.
Yeah.
I mean, I looked the tough, mean streets of Glendale, the one in Queens, not California.
Glendale.
Surrounded by cemeteries. True. It's true.
So we're going to be going to, what's it going to be like this year?
It's probably going to be the same as, similar to last year.
It's not going to be the same because it rained last year.
No, that was 2 years ago.
Was it?
Last year was beautiful.
Oh.
Where were you?
Thanks.
You were there.
I was there. I was there 2 years ago, too.
Well, you don't remember it?
I remember.
It was beautiful.
It was. We were outside.
We were
That's
outside.
Right.
You met Jerry Cooney.
That's right.
You met Ed Cranepool. You met Bud Harrelson.
And the year before that, I met Gary Sapien. He'll be there again this year, right?
Yeah. He'll be there at noon.
Okay.
Because he's on the air till 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Doing that stupid radio show.
Come on. You don't think it's stupid.
Dumb radio show.
Oh, wow. So...
Wow.
Oh, come on. Is Brian going to come?
Brian will be there first. In fact, I was thinking of hatching a new feature.
What is it?
It's like a game show, The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. Like everybody does one. They do The Bachelor or The Bachelorette.
Yeah.
I want to do both. I want to make a match.
I'm not... With Brian?
I didn't say who I was... Years ago, Jerry Steiner did a character called Moisha, the matchmaker from Brighton Beach. I had this young announcer named Rebecca Sofito. She has since gotten married, has children. Sweetheart. What a wonderful kid. Lovely kid. Just a sweetheart. But at that time, Rebecca was on the market, you know.
Was she my predecessor?
No. Oh. Rebecca did nights back, you know.
I could do nights.
But
I could be the night owl.
Allison's dead.
No, I'm the night owl.
Oh, she was the night bird. Anyway.
Allison's dead?
Allison Steele is dead. A long time. Breast cancer. Anyway.
Oh, my God.
The long story short, since we're now like way over, but that's beside the point. The long story short was I did this thing. We had Morris the Matchmaker came on. But for Rebecca, I found you a nice Asian doctor named Sam Guptai. Sam Guptai is on the menu at High Things.
Oh, but it was Jerry?
That was Jerry doing that. Anyway. And on that note, we're done.
Oh, boo. So we'll see you at
11 o'clock.
Yes, at 11 o'clock at VillaVeritas at the island at Cherry Creek.
The woods of Cherry Creek.
The woods, shoot. The woods of Cherry Creek.
Reeves Avenue, Riverhead. Be there, be
Mainstream
square.
House,
Aloha.
sixth annual golf outing for VillaVeritas Foundation.